Rosatia picked well, Gabriel thought, as he trudged up the mountain. HFY was quite famous, an entire town constructed on a mountain slope. Its primary business, naturally, was tourists attempting to conquer the mountain with the same name. Gabriel had never been mountaineering before, but he liked it. Something about the slow plod of the mountainside gave him a sense of accomplishment every second. Calling their casual, if exhausting, walk mountaineering might have been a bit of a stretch. HFY was a large mountain, but its size was mainly horizontal, only 2 kilometers tall, and the gradual slope meant it was nothing like scaling Everest. Gabriel was also pretty darn sure that Everest did not have food and drink vendors every 100 meters, with ample seating arrangements. If you wanted an intense experience on Menegrad, you wanted Hab Ondrego, as tall as Olympus Mons and as hazardous as the Himalayas. Gabriel was going to stay far away from that. "Can we jump off when we get to the top?" Pista asked, using her wings to make exaggerated leaps. "No, you can't fly off the mountain. You're too heavy," Nish explained casually. "Ah," Pista replied. "Can I have a lolly instead?" she asked. "Sure, we'll get one at the cafe," Nish replied, and Pista immediately perked up. "So, why this? Out of all the things you could have chosen, why this?" Gabriel asked Rosatie. It was her day to pick the activity, and while Gabriel had no problem with it, it did not seem to mesh well with what he knew about her. "There's a mountain on Zorko, much bigger than this one. Similar shape though, and I've always wanted to scale it," Rosatie explained. "Why haven't you?" Gabriel asked. Rosatie snorted before answering. "Never got round to it. Always made excuses, though when Erla moves in, I'll ask her. She seems like the kind of person who would go for it." Gabriel still had a little trouble passing that nugget of information. Ella was going to travel 100 light years just to be with someone she had known for 3 weeks. Though considering he had never had a lover himself, who was he to judge? "Look at that," Nish said, pointing at the valley below. It was quite the sight. The sunlight caught the river, and it looked like the water was glowing. Trees dotted the landscape, and sunbeams broke through the clouds, looking like pillars of light. Pista was bored. She had seen water, trees, and sunlight before. Why would anyone stop to look at them? "I want to ride," Pista cried, running up to a mechanical boat ride. "We could have a drink and get our breath back," Rosatie offered, checking the time. The 4 had done well and were ahead of schedule. Pista had fun rocking back and forth in the plastic boat while the grown-ups enjoyed the view. "Got any idea where we'll go tomorrow?" Nish asked Gabriel. "There's a scenic train journey through the Inala Mountains. A less rigorous change of pace after today," Gabriel offered. "Never been on a train journey just for fun," Rosatie mused. "Might be difficult keeping her still, though," Nish stated, pointing at her daughter. Pearson noticed and asked, "What?" and began rubbing her face, thinking she had something on it. "Nothing, sweetie," Gabriel replied. He noticed that her little boat was still going after 5 minutes and added, "You get quite the ride for just 1 credit." "We beat you, Mountain," Gabriel said as they crested the last rise. And finally, they were at the summit. "Yeah," Pista added, before getting on her knees and punching the grassy earth. "We're taking the tram down, right?" asked Nish as she collapsed to the ground, panting. "Hell yeah," responded Gabriel. He had given all the effort he could be bothered to today, not that the sense of accomplishment he now felt was not worth the price. "I can only help but think that this would be much more magical if there weren't about 100 other people here with us," Gabriel said, as a group of tourists blocked the view. "You could always shove them out of the way," Nish offered, sitting next to him. "No, thank you. I don't want to get sent to prison for unaggravated assault," Gabriel explained. "Don't be so negative. Good lawyer, claiming you didn't know your own strength. You just get a massive fine and a few dozen hours of community service," Nish countered. "Nothing but the best for me, eh?" Gabriel replied with a smile that no one could see. Pista decided that this conversation had a severe shortage of herself and sat in Gabriel's lap. "Getting bored? The majesty of nature not working for you?" Gabriel asked cheekily. "What's majesty?" asked Pista, looking at Gabriel. Gabriel explained the word as best he could. "Are you looking forward to telling all your friends about your adventures?" Rosatie asked, enjoying the sun. "Yeah, I'm going to tell Introt and Agile all about me being in with the monsters, and they're going to be scared, and they'll think I'm really brave," Pista answered. "Then I'll tell them about Gabriel, and then they'll be even more super jealous." At the mention of his name, several people looked in their direction. While much of the hype had died down over the past month, Gabriel was still famous. While no one had bothered him, asking for autographs and photos, he still got looks, in some instances, sniffs or clicks. Gabriel had adjusted to the extra attention and had gotten quite good at ignoring it. Even so, his cheeks blushed as he picked up a few words from the conversation. The word hero in particular made him wriggle. "I don't know about you three, but I'm parched. Let's get that drink," Gabriel said, standing. He was so focused on escaping the whispered praise that he did not realize he was carrying Pista. "Bye, Mummy. I'm going to live with Gabriel now, Pista said, waving at her mother, a trait she had picked up from him. Oh no, how will I ever survive? Nish deadpanned, joking about it only because Pearson was far too young to get the joke. Oh no, you are not coming to live with me. A little Pista goes a long way, thank you very much, Gabriel added, pushing open the door to the cafe.